back, she caught a glimpse of his face. A stranger. Chapter 1. October light filtered through a layer of grime on wide storefront windows, playing up the air of abandonment. Samantha Sweet viewed the challenge ahead of her as she scrawled her signature on the lease. Cleaning up a mess was nothing new to her. She relished the task ahead, refinishing the old wood-framed display cases, throwing out old piles of junk, making those front windows sparkle so that her scrumptious pastries could beckon the world to her door. Sweets, sweets. Her own bake shop, her dream. She watched as Victor Tafoya, her new landlord, countersigned the papers. The 75-year-old man reminded her of the Grinch, minus the green. Skinny, wizened, with a shock of sparse white hair which he usually covered with a battered straw hat, no matter the season. Tafoya was known around town for being miserly and grumpy, but generally fair. However, Sam would rather deal with him than his son Carlos, who fancied himself something of a monarch here in Taos. 2 terms as mayor, now running for governor of New Mexico, Carlos was reputed to share his father's stingy ways without the fairness. Sam dreaded the day he would take over the elder Tafoya's rental properties. She signed and took the signed papers and key Victor Tafoya handed her. The old man grumbled something about how her check better clear the bank or he'd be back. Then he walked out without another word. Sam let a smile spread over her features as she turned and surveyed her little domain. As long as she paid her rent on time and was able to perform repairs herself, she shouldn't need to deal with either of the Tafoyas for a long time. She loved her vision for this spot, and the location was perfect. Knocking! Knocking! Ivan Petrenko, owner of Mysterious Happenings, the bookshop next door, peered around the edge of the door. A long-time customer for her pastries, Ivan was an endearing little man whose curious mixture of Russian and French usually kept Sam guessing. Rumor had it that he had defected from Russia to Paris with his wife's ballet troupe, but there had been no evidence of a wife here in Taos. She must have found Paris more alluring, at whatever point in time Ivan decided to move on to America. "We are neighbors now, eh?" He stepped into the room and surveyed the mess the former tenant had left behind. "It's going to need some cleanup, isn't it?" Sam said. "Oui, but Miss Samantha is, how do you say, up to the task?" Sam laughed. "Yes, indeed, I am, and I hope to have the shop open in a week or so." Another tap at the door interrupted. "Samantha, it's official then?" The newcomer was her other neighbor, Erica Davis-Jones, Ricky DJ to everyone, who owned a dog grooming shop to the south. They'd met through the book group at Mysterious Happenings, and Sam immediately took a liking to the petite British-born young woman who wasn't a whole lot older than her own daughter. Sam held up the pages of the lease. "Yep, here I am." Ricky squealed and danced around. "I'm so happy for you, Sam." Sam showed them around, pointing out the changes she planned to make. Her daughter Kelly had designed a logo for the shop in Sam's favorite shade of purple, and Sam would use those same colors, along with gold trim, in the scheme throughout the store. A wall already divided the space roughly in half, and Sam had a bake oven, walk-in refrigerator, and all the best equipment on order from a bakery supply house. She'd not revealed to most people where the money came from for her new venture, but there was sufficient cash to do it right, and that's just what she intended to do. At the moment, though, the main requirement would be elbow grease. The previous tenant had not left on good terms with the Tafoyas, being 4 months behind on rent before they evicted him. So he'd taught them a lesson by leaving masses of cardboard boxes, unsold product, piles of paperwork, and old brochures, generally anything he didn't want to make the effort to move. And, of course, the Tafoyas didn't care. The location, 1 block off of Taos Plaza, was so prime they knew they'd rent it, in any condition. Enter Samantha Sweet and her dream of opening her own pastry shop. "It's a good place," Ivan said when they'd completed the quick tour.